नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्.
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
Commentary by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada of Gaudiya Sampradaya. Activity in consciousness, or acting for the benefit of Krishna without expectation of sense gratification, is the highest transcendental quality of work. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. Any work begun on the material plane has to be completed, otherwise the whole attempt becomes a failure. But any work begun in Krishna consciousness has a permanent effect, even though not finished. The performer of such work is therefore not at a loss even if his work in Krishna consciousness is incomplete. 1% done in Krishna consciousness bears permanent results, so that the next beginning is from the point of 2%, whereas in material activity, without 100% success there is no profit. Azamila performed his duty in some percentage of Krishna consciousness, but the result he enjoyed at the end was 100% by the grace of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, 5th Chapter, 17th Shloka, says, if someone gives up his occupational duties and works in Krishna consciousness and then falls down on account of not completing his work, what loss is there on his part? And what can one gain if one performs his material activities perfectly? Or, as the Christians say, what profiteth a man if he gain the whole world yet suffer the loss of his eternal soul? Material activities and their results end with the body. But work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to consciousness, even after the loss of the body. At least one is sure to have a chance in the next life of being born again as a human being, either in the family of a great cultured Brahma or in a rich aristocratic family that will give one a further chance for elevation. That is the unique quality of work done in Krishna consciousness. Commentary by Sri Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur of Gaudiya Sampradaya. There are two types of yoga explained in this section of the chapter, in the form of bhakti, including hearing, chanting, and other such activities, and in the form of activities offered to the Lord without personal desire, Nishkama Karma Yoga, which is expressed starting with the verse Karmani Evadhikaraste. Before that, however, bhakti is discussed. Because bhakti alone, and no other process, is beyond the three modes, a person transcends the modes only by performing bhakti yoga. Thus, this present verse is a glorification of the process of bhakti with hearing and chanting, which is beyond the modes of nature. If karma yoga, however, is begun and then stopped, there is both destruction of the fruits of karma yoga and sinful reaction as well. Commentary by Sri Ramanujacharya of Sri Sampradaya. Here, in karma yoga, there is no loss of abhikrama or of effort that has been put in. Loss means the loss of efficacy to bring about the fruits. In karma yoga, if work is begun and left unfinished, and the continuity is broken in the middle, it does not remain fruitless, as in the case of works undertaken for their fruits. No evil result is acquired if the continuity of work is broken. Even a little of this dharma known as karma yoga or nishkama karma, unselfish action without desire for any reward, gives protection from the great fear, i.e., the fear of transmigratory existence. Commentary by Sri Sridhara Swami of Rudra Sampradaya. It may be put forth that activities such as farming sometimes fails to produce results due to natural phenomena such as variations in weather, drought, flooding, etc. Also, it may be submitted that there are chances of incurring reactions in the performance of spiritual rituals if the mantras are spoken improperly or if there are any defects performing the prescribed Vedic ceremony. So there may be some doubt regarding how bondage from actions can be effectively neutralized by karma yoga or the science of the individual consciousness attaining the ultimate consciousness by performing actions as a matter of duty. These doubts are now being alleviated in this verse where it states that by the path of karma yoga, being free from fruitive desires, there is no loss or diminution from any endeavor which is undertaken in righteousness, nor is any effort wasted, as is the case with actions having fruitive desires. In this, there is no possibility of incurring any sin or reaction from such actions, as these actions performed in righteousness are surrendered to the Supreme Lord and completely free from the desire of fruitive results. Moreover, even the smallest amount of effort on this path of righteousness saves a living entity from the great danger of transmigration, of being born again and again in the material existence endlessly. Commentary by Sri Mandvacharya of Brahma Sampradaya. Keeping in mind the preceding words, it can be seen that even without any intention whatsoever of propitiating the Supreme Lord, by the performance of righteous actions without any desire for reward or recognition, whether complete or incomplete righteousness is most certainly accrued to the followers of the Supreme Lord regardless. Except by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, pleasure neither a drop of rain may fall, nor a blade of grass may grow. A spiritually intelligent living entity should always be a humble servant of the transcendental Supreme Lord Krishna, serving him with loving devotion without any desires. A living entity reading this material should understand it completely, should never have any reservation that there is anything equal to or superior to him. One should understand that according to revealed scriptures, everything in existence has been created by him and everything in existence is subordinate to him. Accordingly, even the gradation of his eternal and phenomenal incarnations and expansions is determined. Even better than all is having factual knowledge of the Supreme Lord is the best of all attributes. Whatever is offered at the summation of Yagna, that verily is for the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. One who has not realized the Supreme Lord Krishna's paramount position over all there is, even if they perform all the rituals enjoined in the Vedas, cannot be spoken of as a real knower of Vedanta. Commentary by Sri Keshava Kashmiri of Kumara Sampradaya. In the normal course of events, actions and merits have a finish at the end of one's lifetime. The actions have a conclusion in this world and the merits have a conclusion in the next world. It is likened as to a farmer tilling his crops. By industrious action, the merits of an abundant harvest are assured. But if he is to omit any of the steps, such as watering or pruning within the process, the harvest is put into jeopardy. Similarly, the demerit of non-committance by Arjuna is also possible if any action of his duty is not performed. In this regard, then, by only acting without fruitive desires does not guarantee freedom from the shackles of bondage in the material existence. But here Lord Krishna explains in Bhakti Yoga, which is his exclusive loving devotional service, there is an exemption to the aforementioned rule, and that there is never any loss or diminution to those who are fortunate enough to perform Bhakti Yoga in this lifetime or any lifetime. Unlike the cultivation of farming, which is always beset by problems of weather, drought, blight and numerous unexpected difficulties, in Bhakti Yoga there is no chance of contrary results or fear of demerits in committance or non-committance when carrying out devotional service for the ultimate satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. Hence, even the slightest effort in the cultivation of Bhakti Yoga, which is without fruitive desires, and which is also known as acting selflessly, assures one complete protection and inevitably saves one from transmigration and the endless cycle of birth and death in the material existence. Commentary by Sri Adi Shankaracharya of Advait Sampradaya. Moreover, here, in the path to liberation, with the yoga of action, rights and duties, there is no abhikramanasa, waste of an attempt, of a beginning, unlike as in agriculture, etc. The meaning is that the result of any attempt in the case of yoga is not uncertain. Besides, unlike as in medical care, na vidyat, nor does there arises any pratyavya, harm. But Swalpam API, even a little, asya, of this, dharmasya, righteousness in the form of yoga, of action, when precised, trait, saves, one, Mahato Bhayat, from great fear, of mundane's existence characterized by death, birth, etc.